So with 2 down, he's headed to first. Have a heat-seeking missile just came right at him. Couldn't get out of the way. So with 2 down, he's at first, and up to plate is Billy O'Neill. O'Neill takes wide. Far for starter Connor O'Brien. And before the 1-0, throws over to get McLean back to first. As 1-0 delivery jammed him, came in on the hands. High fly ball, Carlton Crane trying to get underneath it, and he makes the adjustment and the catch for out number 3. So Billy O'Neill retired on the pop out. And after 2.5 innings, still no score between the Pennsbury Falcons and Council Rock South Golden Hawks. Today's game brought to you by the Pennsbury Baseball Parents Club. They hope you're enjoying the action. For 77 years, the tradition of Pennsbury baseball continues. 22 league championships, 4 District 1 titles, and their 2017 state championship. Come out, support the Falcons. This message brought to you by the Pennsbury Baseball Parents. So far, a pitcher's duel in the early going as the freshman Jimmy Clark back out there for the Golden Hawks. For Pennsbury, they got the top of the lineup here in the bottom of the third. Carlton Crane, Evan Hawks, and Ryan Weber due up here in the bottom of the inning.
It's cold, Chris.
Yeah, talking about Pennsbury baseball and the Parents Club and, the tradition of Pennsbury baseball. One of the things that's part of that tradition is the family kind of approach. And today before the game, Pennsbury honored 97 baseball alum Eddie Woodruff, who threw out the first pitch. And in 2022 was diagnosed with a rare blood cancer, has been through some chemo treatments, and Eddie's fight is our fight. First one up high to Carlton Crane. And also doing some fundraising to help Eddie and his family. You can go on to Venmo at omela.com. /7WC04. Yeah, I gotta find where they're accepting donations, rallying support here today. 2-0 pitch from Clark to Crane is in there for a strike. First time up today, Carlton Crane caught looking. The 2-1. Crane couldn't time that one up. Now looking at a 2-2 count. Clark kicks, fires, and it's tipped into the glove of Andrews for a strikeout. Carlton Crane, a strikeout victim. The third strikeout today for Clark, and brings to the plate Evan Hawks. Yeah, it is breezy and chilly today. We've been talking about the wind and how that can play havoc with fly balls. But the cumulative effect of the cold today, I think, is also going to be something as Hawks shows bunt, pulls it back, takes strike one. It's going to be something that these players have to battle from like a mental perspective. The 0-1 in there for a strike. I mean, Gus, you even mentioned the umpires may be motivated by some of the calls they make. Just mean, maybe not even consciously, but you know, hey, I'm cold. I want to. The 0-2 down low and away. And that's one of the things, whatever the weather is, you just got to battle through that. But today, I think that's going to be easier said than done. The 1-2 down low in the dirt and will require a throw to first. Andrews to O'Neill. And that completes the strikeout of Evan Hawks. So 2 up, 2 down. Bases empty for Ryan Weber, who reached by way of walk his first plate appearance. Clark kicks and fires, and a sky-high pop-up on the infield, and nobody can get to it, and it's a foul ball by about an inch. Wow, these pop-ups have been an adventure. That one certainly time for somebody to get there. Maybe should have been Courtier at third. Seemed like he had a good eye on that one. Jimmy Clark also with a chance to get to it. And now we'll see if Weber can make him pay. Give him a second chance. Nice breaking ball by Clark. Drops that one in for strike 2. The 0-2 pops him up again on the infield. Courtier looking for it, and that ball falls. McLean also right there, and nobody can catch these pop-ups today.
Like I said, these things are in a wind tunnel.
I mean, nobody touched it, nobody caught it, so that's a base hit for Weber, who's at first with 2 down for Dylan Hirsch. I mean, there's now been a handful of pop-ups that seem like they should be no problem at all. And there are all kinds of problems today.
Chris, I can't feel my hands.
I brought my gloves.
That just shows you the wind chill and how effective the wind is. And those things go up, and you think you have those lined up, and then all of a sudden they're just winding one way. And it's not just like moving a little bit, like it's moving.
That ball inside to Hirsch, got away from Andrews just a little bit, and that's all that Weber needed to move on up. He steals second. Last time up, Dylan Hirsch with a line out to right. A great play out there by Mendola to rob him of a hit. The 1-1 hits him in the back. So Hirsch, hit by pitch, is at first. Weber at second. And Kolenko steps into the batter's box with an opportunity to do damage here in a scoreless game. First time up, Kolenko did not see a pitch to hit. It was a 4-pitch walk. This time fouls that one back towards the Little League field, out of play for strike 1. Pinch runner Henry Garlitz takes over at first for the catcher, Dylan Hirsch. Oh, 1 to Kolenko. Down low for ball 1, excuse me, 1-1 count.
We can't even figure out the counts. That's how cold it is.
Checks Weber at second, delivers down low to Kolenko, and is 2 balls and a strike. High temperature today of just 46 degrees.
That's, yeah.
And the wind blowing at a steady 10 to 15 miles per hour. 14-year-old freshman kicks and delivers, and the 2-1 popped foul out of play.
Like, you say freshman, and it's just like you think about it, and it's amazing, but then you say he's only 14, and then you really start to put it in perspective. Like, oh my God, yeah, like, this guy is, like, just really, like, in the midst of hitting puberty and starting to get mature and, like, really find his potential in baseball. And
yeah, still developing.
And he's already a starting pitcher on varsity baseball.
Well, he didn't want to do that, though. Hits Kolenko in the leg. So back-to-back batters hit by a pitch. And that loads him up for the Pennsbury Falcons and brings to the plate DH Brandon Zuckerman. So nowhere to put him, still scoreless. Jimmy Clark started this inning with 2 strikeouts. And gets Zuckerman to whiff through that one. 2 strikeouts, and then Ryan Weber. I had him for a hit, but they did put an error up on the scoreboard.
Okay.
So an error and then 2 batters hit by pitches has loaded him up for the Falcons. The 0-1 served out to right field. It's a fair ball. Extra bases for Kolenko. Actually, they'll hold him up, but he does drive in 2. In to score for the Falcons, Ryan Weber and Henry Garlitz. And the Falcons on the scoreboard first. It's 2-0 as Brandon Zuckerman with a 2 RBI single. So he's at first, Kolenko at third, and up to the plate steps Pierce Perry.
Great piece of hitting right there. Just the end of his bat. Just pokes that thing the other way.
He went kind of where the pitch
was. You can only do so much with a fastball outside. He just took it that way and put it beautifully.
Pierce Perry sharply hit ground ball off the glove of Billy O'Neill. He'll be safe at first and drives in Nolan Kolenko, who scores from third to make it 3-0 Pennsbury. And we'll see what they score that. I think that's going to be an E3. It is an error on the play, but it allows Pierce Perry to get to first. Brings Michael Sogness to the plate, but before that, a mound meeting for the Golden Hawks as they try to settle down freshman Jimmy Clark. He was cruising through 2 2/3. Got the first 2 batters here in this inning to strike out. And then his defense let him down a little bit. An error allowed Weber to reach. Then he was his own worst enemy, hitting 2 Pennsbury batters. And then another error at first allows another run to score. So now 3-0 and Michael Sogness trying to keep it going for Pennsbury. A little 2-out rally for the Falcons. Takes a cut at a high fastball for strike 1. A chilly, breezy Tuesday afternoon. Great to be with you here for the McCaffrey's Game of the Day. Chris Ermer, Gus the Bus Barber, Justin Lawrence behind the camera, and another swing at, looked like another pitch that was up in the zone, and it's fouled back, and Clark jumps in front of the batter. Clark was on the mound in their win against Ben Salem, and it didn't get the win in that game, the 0-2 Just a bit outside. Good take by Sognis. Yeah, although he was on the mound, didn't get the win in that Ben Salem game because it was late runs scored by the Golden Hawks to get the win. But they were impressed by his performance and gave him a shot to win that game, which they ultimately did. That is through on the left side, a base hit, and they'll send Zuckerman, and he scores standing to make it 4-0. Michael Sognis with an RBI single. And up to bat is Ty Lee. With Sognis at first, Perry at second. 4 runs scored by Pennsbury with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. First time up, Lee popped out to second. Nice breaking ball from Clark. One delivery down the third base line, and they're going to say it's a fair ball. Pierce Perry will score. Michael Sognis to third, and Ty Lee with an RBI double down the third base line. Wow, that was so close. I thought that was going to be a foul ball, but the home plate umpire right on top of the call. And Ty Lee keeps the 2-out rally going. Drives in Pierce Perry. And now Carlton Crane at the plate calls time. Sognis at third, Lee at second. Clark delivers high to Carlton Crane. Falcons have now batted around. Carlton Crane started the inning with a strikeout. 1-0. Takes on the inside corner. And Clark gets the call. One down and in for ball 2. So a hitter's count for Carlton Crane. A base hit would blow this thing open. Alrighty, the Falcons with a crooked number here in the third. 2-1. Lifted foul into the parking lot. And the count evens 2 balls, 2 strikes. Activity for the Golden Hawks down in their bullpen. 2-2 pitch. Popped up. Could be a difficult play. Back for it is McLean. And that one was easy work for the Council Rock South shortstop. He makes the grab for out number 3. So Carlton Crane pops out to short. But the Falcons get 5 runs in the inning. They get those 5 runs on 1, 2, 3. I think I got him for 3 hits in the inning, and they leave 2 runners on base. So Falcons up 5-0, and they've also stranded 5 runners over the first 3 innings. It's the McCaffrey's game of the day on BCB with the Falcons on top of the Golden Hawks 5-0.
auto service in a hurry? No one offers more service centers than the Peruzzi Automotive Group. More certified trained technicians to get you in and out. Appointments available within 24 hours. All makes and models. PA state inspections and emissions to major work including collision. All located on Route 1 in Fairless Hills. Visit any Peruzzi dealership for fast service. Peruzzi Buick GMC, Peruzzi Nissan, Mitsubishi, or Mazda, and their collision center.
Back to Vic Napolitano Field. High school baseball on BCB. Falcons in front of the Golden Hawks 5-0 as we go to the top of the fourth. Right fielder John Mendola leading off the inning for Council Rock South, will be followed by Zach Apt and Drew Nemeth. 0-1 from Connor O'Brien. Served up sky high. Under it, looking for it. Center fielder Evan Hawks has it. So Mendola pops out and brings to the plate DH Zach Apt. Apt, one of 4 strikeout victims here today in his first plate appearance. Takes strike 1 from O'Brien. Eventually on a day like today, the cold is just going to catch up with you. The 1-0 served out to left center. Ty Lee knocks it down out there and holds Apt to a single. But a solid base hit there by Zach Apt. He's aboard with 1 down for center fielder Drew Nemeth. Well, Falcons got 5 runs, and yet we did not break out our advertising feature, Gus, the Galaxy landscaping cut of the game. They really didn't get, they didn't have any balls that were, great exit velocity or really well hit. They loaded the bases up with some pop outs, players hit by a pitch.
Yeah, if we need to pick one from that inning, I have one in the back of my memory, but I don't really want to name it yet because, there wasn't anything substantial.
The 0-1 ground ball, and they get the 4-6-3 double play. Crane to Weber to Kalenko, and a twin killing for the Pennsbury Falcons to shut down the Golden Hawks in the top of the fourth. 4-6-3. Nemeth grounds into the double play. And we're through 3.5 innings of high school baseball. And a great shutdown inning for the Pennsbury Falcons, right? They plate 5, and then they're able to shut down the Golden Hawks and get right back to action here offensively. Pennsbury Baseball Parents Club, hoping you're enjoying today's game. 77 years, and the tradition of Pennsbury baseball continues. 22 league championships, 4 District 1 titles, and the 2017 state championship. Come on out, support the Falcons. This message brought to you by the Pennsbury Baseball Parents. Today's game also made possible by Jammer Doors and Windows, a 4th-generation local family-owned business since 1920, offering Raynor garage doors and openers, the finest garage doors and openers, and Jammer also carries entry doors, patio doors, and windows. Sales, service, and installation in Jammer Doors and Windows. They do their own install using no subcontractors, means fairer pricing and more pride in the work performed, both residential and commercial. Sales and service. Visit Jammer Doors and Windows at their showroom, 2850 Brunswick Avenue on Business Route 1 in Lawrenceville. Their Yardley showroom in the Grist Mill at 10 North Main Street is open by appointment. Call 215-493-7709. That's 215-493-7709. Pitching change for the Golden Hawks as the freshman's day is done. And now Nick DeSalvio getting warmed up and set to go to face the Falcons in the bottom of the fourth. And for Pennsbury, Hawks, Weber, and Hirsch. So a tough assignment for DeSalvio because he comes in facing the heart of the Pennsbury lineup and a Pennsbury team that is now staked to a 5-0 lead.
Yeah, they're like sharks in water right now. They're smelling blood. And this is their big shark. This is their jaws.
Yeah, they fight at the bat rack, as they say. They get to the plate. Remarkable that the Falcons scored all 5 of their runs with 2 outs in the fourth inning, or in the third. First pitch from DeSalvio. Up high to Evan Hawks. The 1-0 finds the strike zone. Yeah, they really got to Jimmy Clark in that last inning and pushed his pitch count up into the mid-60s.
Yeah.
1-1. Ground ball through on the left side, base hit for Hawks. And brings to the plate Ryan Weber. Weber was the guy who got that third inning rally going with what looked like an innocent pop-up, but they weren't able to make the catch on the infield. That put him on base. Next couple of batters were hit by a pitch. The runner goes. And Evan Hawks with a stolen base. Andrews couldn't quite get that ball out of his glove. And it was a good jump for Hawks. I don't think he was going to get him anyway. But Hawks steals the bag without a throw.
Plus, the wind was helping him push him along to second. That's what I'm going with.
And Weber lays down a beautiful bunt. Off the mound is DeSalvio. And he makes the throw to first, but the sacrifice is good. As Hawks, with 1 down, is at third base. And Dylan Hirsch steps up to bat for the Falcons. Infield in for the Golden Hawks. Breaking ball down and away. Yeah, infield in on the grass, trying to cut off that run at third.
Need auto service in a hurry?
The 2-0 popped up out to center. Drew Nemeth under it, makes the grab. Tagging up is Hawks, and he scores on the sac fly. And they say he's out. He left early. Hawks, they appeal and throw to third. So what looked like the 6th run of the day for Pennsbury ends up being an out. Actually a double play. Hirsch flies out to center. And then Evan Hawks left the bag early. And the Golden Hawks appeal and get the out. So no runs for the Falcons in the 4th. They do get a hit. And they leave the bases empty. All right, so 4.5 innings now. Pennsbury still up 5-0, but unable to add on to that lead. Thanks to the Pennsbury Baseball Parents Club. Hoping you're enjoying today's game. And thanks to Puss in Boots. Spring events, graduation parties are coming. And Puss in Boots Tavern and Restaurant has their very own food truck. They'll come to any event that you have planned. Community events, private parties. Their food truck will feature all of your Puss in Boots favorites. Puss in Boots, a landmark in Fairless Hills for over 40 years. Always something going on, including cornhole, shuffleboard, a jukebox, plus their great food favorites, including their burgers, voted best in Bucks, their cheesesteaks, fresh seafood, roast pork platters, and more, on-premise and off-premise catering. And now their very own food truck will come to your home, picnic, or any event. Puss in Boots Tavern, 942 Trenton Road, Fairless Hills, open 7 days. Don't forget, if you missed the action here on BCB, you can read about today's game in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. Also, Trenton Thunder Baseball is back for the 2025 season. They start on Wednesday, June 4th. Catch all the fun and excitement of Trenton Thunder Baseball throughout the season. First pitch grounded as we are back to action here in the top of the 5th. Connor O'Brien, his 51st pitch is down low. Maurer, Clark, and Andrews here to face O'Brien in the 5th. Finds the zone to jump in front of Jake Maurer. First time he faced him, he walked Maurer. 1-2. Ground ball, charging it is Carlton Crane, scoops and throws. And that's in time to get Maurer for out number 1.
Cold, cold, cold. You gotta know the bats are cold too, because the old adage, summer ball is like the best kind of ball. The balls are juiced. The bats are juiced because the warm weather actually helps break in the wood and the metal and everything. So
Ryan Hickey, pinch hitting for Jimmy Clark, takes a strike. Yeah, and anytime you don't make really solid contact, it can sting the hands and send a vibration right down. Ground ball through on the left side. Solid hit for Ryan Hickey. So a pinch hit for the Golden Hawks gives them a 1-out base runner and brings to the plate catcher Jake Andrews. First time up, Andrews made good contact, sent one on a line, but handled in center field by Evan Hawks. Connor O'Brien fires a strike. Hickey stops at second. Courtier with his first base hit today at first base. 2 on, 2 down for Owen McLean. McLean has come up with some big extra base hits for the Golden Hawks. They need some production right now. Takes a strike from O'Brien. Pennsbury up 5-0, all 5 of their runs coming in the third. O'Brien gets the called strike and jumps in front of McLean. Last time up, he hit McLean with a pitch. 0-2 delivery. High and away for ball 1. WBCB, your spot on the radio dial for Phillies baseball. Had some off days kind of starting this year. I think now they're going to be on a run where like they play 20 games in a row.
Yeah, they're going to start to be on a stretch.
The 1-2 gets them looking. And Owen McLean strikes out to end the top of the 5th. And for Connor O'Brien, 2 strikeouts in the inning. And add that to his day, he's got 6 strikeouts today. And his team up 5-0 here in the McCaffrey's game of the day. Today's game on WBCB brought to you by Chris Auto Body, offering complete auto body repairs for over 60 years. They make it easy and simple, from small dents, like if a baseball hits you here in the parking lot or something, to major accidents, glass replacement, and detailing. Chris Auto Body works with all insurance companies, provides a lifetime guarantee on all repairs. Accidents are an inconvenience, and Chris Auto Body goes out of their way to provide minimal interruption to your life. Local pickup and delivery, rental cars on site. Chris Auto Body, locally owned and operated, 13 locations in Fairless Hills. They're in the Falls Autoplex on Business Route 1, also in Lambertville and New Hope. Chris Auto Body wishes all the student athletes a successful and safe season. Proud to support high school baseball on WBCB. Chris Auto Body. We thank them for making portions of today's game possible. And again, Thunder Baseball back for the 2025 season. Ticket info, check out TrentonThunder.com, or you can call 609-394-3300. Always a lot of fun. Post-game firework nights, Tuesdays, kids eat free. Trenton Thunder Baseball, big league futures, major league fun. Nolan Kalenko at the plate for the Falcons to start the bottom of the 5th. And takes a strike from DeSalvio. Oh, 1 down low from DeSalvio, who came in relief of Jimmy Clark back in the last inning, and only needed 9 pitches to get through the 4th. Here comes his 1-1. Stays up high.
Like this wind, blowing, it's high.
It's blowing in the wind like Bob Dylan. The 2-1. Ground ball taken there at short, and they throw over to get the first out of the inning. Now Reed Courtier is playing second base. Made a good play there for out number 1. Zuckerman takes strike 1 from DeSalvio. left side, and that is through. Just under the glove of Ryan Hickey. And Zuckerman 3 for 3 today. Yeah, they've not been able to get out Brendan Zuckerman. 3 base hits and a run scored. He's at first with 1 down for Pierce Perry. Perry also with a run scored today takes a first pitch strike from DeSalvio. The 0-1 jammed him, and it's fouled back behind us for strike 2.
Almost hit us. Thankfully, we got this beautiful.
We got
shack.
protection.
Yeah.
The 0-2 from DeSalvio, down low, snap throw to first, but the throw a little bit high. Not a bad thought by Andrews. A good throw might have been able to get Zuckerman. But that delivery up high, Zuckerman.
No one offers more service centers.
And Perry takes upstairs.
This wind is crazy.
The wind is whipping, and the temperature didn't even get up to 50 degrees today. Popped up, and that will drift back behind us and out of play for, keeps the count full. No, 2-2 count, excuse me.
Says full up on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to get it right. Yell at him, Pacey. Let's go. I love it. Get these boys in check. You know, it's one of the guys on the bench that's doing it. So it's like, pay attention. Let's go.
The 2-2. Ground ball to second. They'll go the short way to get the force out at second base. Zuckerman forced out, and Pierce Perry aboard on the fielder's choice. He's at first with 2 down for Michael Sognis. Sognis came up big in the third with an RBI. Drove in 2 his last time up. And this one lifted back behind us, out of play, foul. Oh, 1 pitch, a breaking ball, drops down low. Ball and a strike to Sognis. One from DeSalvio. Late on the fastball for Sognis. Fouls that one away. A ball, 2 strikes. Two down in the bottom of the 5th. Falcons in front 5-0. The 1-2 bounces up there, gets past Andrews. And Pierce Perry moves on up as he takes second base on the wild pitch.
Thought about taking third, too.
Well, that's a hallmark of this Pennsbury team. When you have the opportunity to be aggressive, you're expected to take advantage of that chance. And there, was hoping maybe to grab a couple, certainly apply pressure to the opposition by just looking like you might try to take 2 bags. So before the 2-2, Andrews out to talk with DeSalvio. Read about today's game and tomorrow's Trentonian. Outstanding local and national sports coverage. You can count on it 7 days a week. It's all in the pages of the Trentonian. You look at how the league is shaping up so far this season. SOL Patriot Division action. Neshaminy off to a great start. They are 5-1. Bensalem, 2 wins against 3 losses. Then you got Pennsbury and Council Rock South, both with a 2-1 league record. The 2-2 bounces that up there and is knocked down by Andrews. Then you got Council Rock South with a 1-3 league mark, and Harry S. Truman at 0-3 so far in this early season. But Neshaminy right now setting the pace when it comes to league play. Full count pitch up high, and Sognus works a walk.
Pennsbury doing a good job of just getting base runners on. Doesn't matter if it's a hit or a walk there, just want the guys on.
Trip Hansberry gets a pinch hit at bat as he hits for Ty Lee. Well, so far all 5 Falcon runs have come with 2 outs. And they're looking for more 2-out magic here in the 5th. Hansberry sends that out to center field. Drew Nemeth underneath it and catches the fly ball. Out number 3 brings us to the end of the 5th. Falcons unable to add to their lead. No runs. They get 1 hit, leave 2 runners on base. And now after 5 complete, Falcons in front 5-0. It's the McCaffrey's Game of the Day on WBCB.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township.
Welcome back to Pennsbury High School. Pitching change for the Falcons. Joe Beitler replaces Connor O'Brien. Starter did a great job. No runs, giving up just 3 hits to the Golden Hawks. But the Falcons now go to the bullpen and try to secure this win. Meanwhile, for the Golden Hawks, just 6 outs to work with, and they've really struggled to get a whole lot going in any given inning. Billy O'Neill, John Mendola, Zach Apt set to hit in the top of the 6th. And Beitler delivers in off the plate for ball 1. And a 1-1 count here to Billy O'Neill. Yet Golden Hawks have not gotten any base runners past second base today. And there they get their leadoff man aboard as that's out to right. Pierce Perry trying to make a play at first on Billy O'Neill, but he is aboard with the base hit.
It's a really smart play. Especially those really hard hit balls to right field. If you got a chance, throw it. And it wasn't that far of a throw, so it was going to be close. But, you know, those are the ones that I would always get thrown out on because I did not run fast at all.
Off the end of the bat, popped up, drifting foul, and no play for Michael Sognus, the Pennsbury third baseman, giving it a long look. First time today that the Golden Hawks have gotten their leadoff man on base. Mendola 0 for 2. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. Mendola bounced one back to the mound and also popped out to center. 0-2, high and away for ball one. Beitler checks on O'Neill. O'Neill not with a really big lead over there. Now delivers that one for a called third strike. Gets Mendola looking. It's Beitler's first strikeout of the day. And with one down and a runner at first, up to the plate steps Zach Apt. Seventh time the Golden Hawks have struck out today. And a good eye there by Apt. That one just off the plate a touch. Looked like that one about the same spot. Ball two. Beitler winds, fires. That one up high for ball three. Ball four. And Zach Apt gets the free pass. So he's at first. O'Neill to second. And Drew Nemeth up to bat, but before they deliver him a pitch, Coach Pacey out to talk things over. That looked like Coach Pacey for a minute.
Yeah, I thought it was Pacey at first too, and then I was like, wait a minute.
No, that's
long sleeves.
The little pitching coach visit.
Pacey don't rock long sleeves.
He's got the short sleeves on.
Short sleeves.
Ball through the legs of Hirsch. And the Golden Hawks move up. O'Neill to third, Apt to second. So with one down, two in scoring position for Drew Nemeth. Nemeth was hit by a pitch his first time up, and his last at-bat hit into a 4-6-3 double play. So looking for a little redemption after hitting into the twin killing, takes outside for ball two. Now he's got a pretty good hitter's count. Beitler's got to give him something to offer at. Takes a strike. 2-1 from Beitler. Gets the outside corner. And time taken by Nemeth. Maybe just trying to throw Joe Beitler off a little bit. The 2-2. Low and away to run the count full. Billy O'Neill at third. That's the farthest any Golden Hawks base runners have gotten so far today. The 3-2. Out to right, not deep. Pierce Perry in on it, makes the grab, and the tag up is faked. But back to the bag goes Billy O'Neill, which is a smart decision. Pierce Perry, that ball was not deep and made a strong throw from right.
He's showing off that pitcher's arm out in right field. It's, a cannon, some like to call it, when you can throw like that. And that was put on a rope. Perfectly put, and good decision for the runner not to go.
So 2 on, 2 down. And at the plate is Jake Maurer. Takes outside. And pinch hitter takes second for the Golden Hawks. That is Owen Oakhill. So Oakhill at second, O'Neill at third. Maurer at the plate. The 1-0 is up high for ball 2. You do have first base open in this situation, so don't necessarily want to give him something great to hit, although that's right down the heart of the plate. A fastball in there for a strike. Seemed like maybe Maurer was waiting for Beitler to throw a strike before he was going to offer. 2-1 pitch. Outside, ball skips past Hirsch, and on the wild pitch, Billy O'Neill scores the first run of the day for Council Rock South. It's a 5-1 game. Oakhill moves up to third. And a 3-1 count to Maurer. Beitler misses wide, walks Maurer to put runners at the corners with 2 down. And Ryan Hickey set to hit. Looks like that's going to be the end of the day for Beitler. Pitching change for the Pennsbury Falcons. So we'll step aside. Return here to Vic Napolitano Field in just a little bit. Falcons in front 5-1 in the McCaffrey's game of the day.
You are more than just a heart patient. At St. Mary Medical Center, we get to know you, which can help us diagnose a problem and start treatment faster. Our cardiovascular team offers the latest imaging and device technology, testing, and surgical procedures you'd expect from a national health system, with the personal touch you want from local experts. We know the importance of seeing the person behind the patient. Let us help you live a healthier life.
About 1 in 8 women is going to develop invasive breast cancer during her life, and if you're at risk or want a thorough screening to review your breast health, St. Mary Medical Center provides easy access to resources that can detect and treat breast cancer in its earliest stages. Whether you need mammograms, breast ultrasound, breast MRI, or breast biopsy, our breast center team is here to guide you through every step of your healing journey. Schedule your screening at the Breast Center at St. Mary Medical Center today.
Back here at Pennsbury High School as Owen Hawks takes over on the mound. Connor O'Brien got the start. Joe Beitler came in. Limited work for Beitler, and now Owen Hawks takes over as the Golden Hawks have plated their first run of the afternoon. Pennsbury looked like they were going to be able to shut down Council Rock South today. Only 3 hits over the first 5 innings. And they started the 6th with a base hit. And besides that base hit, a couple of walks also helping to give them some base runners and some opportunities. Hawks with a first pitch strike to Hickey. Down and away. Oak Hill at third, Maurer at first. So that Golden Hawk run was scored with 2 outs. So all 6 of the runs in today's game have been scored with 2 outs. Golden Hawks trying to continue that here in the 6th. Feels like they need to chip a little bit further into the Pennsbury lead if they're going to have a chance here today.
Oh, where did that miss?
Maybe just a little bit high, but that was kind of in that same we were talking about earlier, the breaking pitch that got called for a strike earlier. That very similar location, it seemed. 3-1 in there for a called strike. Big pitch there for Hawks. Now can see a little light at the end of the tunnel here. Maybe a way to get out of the inning. His 6th pitch, ground ball right back to the pitching mound, backhanded by Hawks, and he'll throw over to Kalenko in time to record the force out at first and get the Pennsbury Falcons out of the top of the 6th. But the Golden Hawks do get on the scoreboard. They get 1 run on 1 hit, and they leave 2 runners on base. So now we are through 5.5 innings of high school baseball. Falcons in front of the Golden Hawks, 5-1 here in the McCaffrey's Game of the Day. Don't forget, if you missed the action on BCB, read about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. Outstanding local and national sports coverage that you can count on 7 days a week. It's all in the pages of the Trentonian. Outstanding local and national sports coverage. Count on it 7 days a week. It's all in the Trentonian. Thanks also to Chris Auto Body. Been offering complete auto body repairs for over 60 years. They make it easy and simple, from small dents to major accidents, glass replacement and detailing. Chris Auto Body works with all insurance companies, and they provide a lifetime guarantee on all repairs. Accidents are an inconvenience, and Chris Auto Body goes out of their way to provide minimal interruption. Local pickup and delivery, and rental cars are on site. Chris Auto Body, locally owned and operated with 3 locations. They're in Fairless Hills, in the Falls Autoplex on Business Route 1, and in Lambertville and in New Hope. Chris Auto Body wishes all the student athletes a successful and safe season, and we thank Chris Auto Body for making portions of today's game possible here on the WBCB Sports Network. Thanks also to Puss in Boots Tavern. Yeah, graduation is here, all the spring events. And Puss in Boots, they got the food truck to help hook up your next party. They're at 942 Trenton Road, and they'll bring out all the Puss in Boots favorites. Puss in Boots, a landmark in the area for over 40 years. Always something good going on. Cornhole. Check out their great food, their burgers, voted best in Bucks. Awesome cheesesteaks. As we go to the bottom of the 6th from Vic Napolitano Field. And DeSalvio missing down low. Will Curtin getting an at-bat. Will Curtin hitting for Carlton Crane. The 2-0 from DeSalvio in there for a strike. Thanks to Trenton Thunder Baseball for making portions of today's game possible. Back to start action on June the 4th. Ticket information at TrentonThunderBaseball.com. Three-one pitch from DeSalvio. Gets the call and runs the count full. This year, one of the trends in minor league baseball is to give payoff pitch low in the dirt, and Will Curtin, with a good at-bat, works a walk to give the teams alternative identities, alternative names, and the Trenton Thunder going with the Trenton Tomato Pies.
Yeah, and then Lehigh Valley stole their swag immediately after. I'm very upset about it. But yeah, Trenton Tomato Pies. I can go for a tomato pie.
The runner goes on the pitch. The throw down bounces over the glove of McLean, and it's a stolen base for Will Curtin. That's a trend that's not just in Lehigh Valley and in Trenton. It's like across Major League Baseball. It's like a copycat kind of thing, right? Like once one team did it, like, oh, that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah, once they see how much money they make from all the additional jerseys and hats and all the extra things they get to sell, they are like, oh, I want to do that too.
Pretty good move when it comes to like an advertising tie-in. It seems like that's another thing, right? Like
yeah, like Trenton Thunder, they're partnering with De Lorenzo's over there and Chambersburg and everything, which is an actual staple for Trenton, so it makes sense. Trenton Tomato Pie by De Lorenzo's. Lehigh Valley, I don't know. I think they're talking about those cold.
That should have been like a shoe fly pie.
Yeah,
that's what they have out
like
there.
Like that Amish market cold tomato pie.
Out to center field, Drew Nemeth ranges over into left center and makes the grab. So Evan Hawks flies out. One away in the bottom of the 6th. And brings Ryan Weber to the plate. Weber with a walk, a base hit, and a successful sacrifice bunt in his 3 plate appearances. Also has a stolen base and a run scored today. First one comes inside, bounces off of the glove of Andrews, and that's enough for Will Curtin to move on up. So Curtin at third base, and an opportunity for Weber at the plate, maybe to get the Falcons right back to that 5-run advantage.
Yeah, they were feeling good at 4, but they were feeling even better when they had that 5-run lead, so why not bring it right back now?
Infield in for the Golden Hawks.
Ooh.
And a healthy cut. Right there, Weber comes up empty and a ball and a strike to him.
Weber was giving that swing everything he had.
Looked like he was swinging for the fences here. You can just poke something through the infield.
Yeah, especially with the infield up.
Good stop there by Andrews. The 2-1. Jammed him. Pop-up that lands foul by about 2 inches. Right there, Weber kind of got jammed in on his hands, and that pop-up didn't really have enough air under it for anybody to get to it.
It was very close to being fair or foul. It looked like it went foul. I love Pacey coming up. Looking at Council Rock's he's like, can I argue it? And one of them jokingly was like, yeah. He's like, oh, he said I could. So, but it looked like it was. It looked like it was foul, but that's a close one. That if it wasn't, we could have a 5-run lead, like you said.
The 2-2. Another jam job, and this time Weber fouls it back out of play.
Jam job. Sounds like a nice band name. Welcome. We're the Jam Job.
2-2. Sends that to center field. Nemeth ranges over, makes the grab. Tagging from third is Curtin, and he scores to put the Falcons back in front by 5. It's 6-1 on the sacrifice fly from Ryan Weber. So another good day from Weber. He flies out, but in the process brings home a run. Yeah, so he's got a walk, a base hit, a sacrifice bunt, and then a sacrifice fly today.
A lot of sacrifices. Sacrifice himself. Pennsbury, I tell you.
Talk about versatility. That's getting it done in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
The 0-1, Hirsch takes it on the shoulder. He's hit by the pitch and heads to first. So with 2 down, up to the plate steps Nolan Kalenko. And on that sacrifice fly, you got to credit Will Curtin there, because Curtin picked up the stolen base, advanced on a wild pitch, got himself to third, and had the opportunity to tag up. Runner takes off, and the throw down off the glove of McLean, and a stolen base by Henry Garlitz. Garlitz again back out to run for Hirsch. Picks up the bag and now takes his lead off second base. Ground ball down the first base line, could be trouble. Picked up by DeSalvio and flips over to O'Neill for out number 3. So well played there by the Golden Hawks. Nolan Kalenko grounds out to end the bottom of the 6th and send us to the 7th. Last chance time for Council Rock South. They trail it 6-1 as the Falcons get an insurance run in the bottom of the 6th. 1 run, and they get that run without the benefit of a hit. They leave the bases empty. And it's McCaffrey's game of the day on WBCB. So with 6 complete, we'll step aside and return. 7th inning coming up from Vic Napolitano Field in just a moment.
Do you feel the need for speed and are a car racing fan? Then tune in every Thursday morning at 9:30 a.m. for the Need for Speed Auto Show, hosted by me, America's mechanic, Fred Fletcher. Everything you want to know about our local tracks and races to the NASCAR scene, as well as our area car shows and cruise nights. Brought to you by Fletcher's Garage in Fairless Hills and heard every Thursday morning at 9:30 on WBCB 1490 AM, 107.3 FM, and throughout the world at WBCB1490.com.
The biggest purchase of your life will be your home. When you entrust me to help you navigate this process, there will be no stone left unturned. Hi, this is Mary Beth Driscoll of Keller Williams Real Estate. I'm proud to support today's game and even prouder to help Bucks County residents with their next home buying or selling opportunity. With nearly 20 years of experience in every real estate market you can think of, I will put you at ease at every step of the way. Today is the day to start your stress-free home buying or selling process.
Top of the 7th, and for the Council Rock South Golden Hawks, Jake Andrews leads off the inning at the 9, 1, and 2 spots, and Andrews leads off the 7th by taking one in the shoulder. He's hit by a pitch, and a leadoff base runner aboard for the Golden Hawks. And then after getting plunked by the pitch, he tomahawked his bat over towards the dugout.
Yeah, it hurts.
I think he also kind of given a little energy to his team, trying to get everybody pumped up.
I'm going to throw this like a tomahawk here. Let's go.
Try to mount a comeback is up high. Owen Hawks, the first one.
Call me at 215.
Curdy, a solid base hit. His last plate appearance. 1-0 is in there. Curdy, maybe not at 100. Before the game, there was some question as to whether or not he was going to be able to play, how they were going to figure their lineup. I think he's just coming back from an illness. Grounds that one on the left side, backhanded by Weber. His throw across, not in time. Just couldn't get anything on that throw, but well played by the Pennsbury shortstop. But safe all around for the Golden Hawks. So Curtier at first, Andrews to second.
Yeah, that extra run Pennsbury piled on in the other inning. It may come in handy here with 2 men on already with no outs.
Infield base hit for Curtier. As McLean takes down low. McLean with a fly out, a strikeout, and was hit by pitch. Looked like, again, kind of waiting for a strike from Hawks. He saw that one. Now the 1-1. Goes fishing. Comes up empty, a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. Like trying to get him to offer at another one down low.
Tried.
McLean takes. Yeah. And time taken by Owen McLean. Nobody out here in the 7th in the heart of the Golden Hawks lineup. Facing Owen Hawks. The 2-2 gets him looking. Owen McLean rung up for out number 1. And brings to the plate Billy O'Neill. O'Neill scored the only run of the day so far for Council Rock South. Also has one of their 5 hits. Falcons have done a good job holding him at arm's length. A nice job by starter Connor O'Brien. Joe Beitler with a short outing. And now Owen Hawks trying to close the door on Council Rock South today. Pickoff attempt at second. Jake Andrews back to the bag. He's at second, Courtier at first. The 1-0. Fouled back to the backstop. Here comes Mac Pacey to make a play. Nice hustle.
Had a move on him right there. He had a mission. He was determined to finish that mission.
The 1-1. Ground ball up the middle. Weber has it over to second, and they get the out, and they're going to say the ball came out of the glove of Carlton Crane on the exchange. And Coach Pabrocki pleading his case, saying the catch was never made. It looked like the ball popped right off of the heel of his glove. The base umpire is right on top of it. So if the umpire says that the ball was caught and the player was trying to take it out of his mitt and that's where the ball hit the ground, then the out is still recorded, and that is the call. Big second out for the Falcons right there. Nice play as Weber tosses to Carlton Crane. And then Crane, what he was trying to do is try to make that quick exchange and maybe get the double play to end this game.
Yeah, and third base coach arguing that he didn't even get the catch to begin with, so it should be late bases loaded with only 1 out. But like you said, that field umpire right on top of it. So,
and the umpires have a tendency too to side with the defensive player. I think that the ball was in the glove, and a lot of those times where there's an exchange made, ground ball to second, Carlton Crane has it, throws over to Kalenko, and the Pennsbury Falcons get a 6-1 win over Council Rock South to improve their record to 5-1-1 and drop Council Rock South to 5-4. All right, Gus, who was our Galaxy cut of the game? You said you had a nominee.
Yeah, Zuckerman earlier in the game. He got our first 2 runs, only hit to score 2 RBIs. I think it was a little blooper into right field over the first baseman's head. So I'm going to go with Zuckerman's hit. I believe it was in the third. It was, in the third to start that scoring run. He got the first 2. So I'm going with his hit for the Galaxy cut of the game.
Yeah, for the Falcons, that was a big 5-run third inning. And heck, we'll have Brendan Zuckerman be our player of the game, and we'll talk to him in a little bit. You can catch that interview later on the WBCB Sports Network. Yeah, Zuckerman went 3 for 3 today. 3 base hits and a run scored. And again, part of that big third inning for the Pennsbury Falcons.
Really had a big game for him. Was seeing the ball well. Wind didn't seem to affect him. I think 2 of his base hits weren't really hard hit necessarily, but they got the job done. They were perfectly hit balls and had a couple RBIs, and he was our cut of the game, and he's going to be our De Lorenzo's player of the game.
And Connor O'Brien picks up the win for the Pennsbury Falcons. Thanks to all of our sponsors, including Team Toyota, McCaffrey's Food Markets, St. Mary Medical Center, the Revere Restaurant, Mary Beth Driscoll of Keller Williams, BCWSA, the Peruzzi Automotive Group, the Pennsbury Baseball Parents Club, Galaxy Landscaping, and Brendan Zuckerman has the cut of the game from Galaxy Landscaping. You can make your lawn look out of this world with Galaxy Landscaping, thanks to the Trenton Thunder, Puss in Boots Tavern, Chris Auto Body, the Trentonian, Jammer Doors, and De Lorenzo's Pizza. And our De Lorenzo's player of the game, Brandon Zuckerman, also has our Galaxy cut of the game. He's pulling double duty. Thanks to the crew, Gus the Bus Barber helping out calling the game, and our video engineer and behind the camera, Justin Lawrence. And thanks to you for being with us. One final time here from Vic Napolitano Field. It was the Pennsbury Falcons 6, the Council Rock South Golden Hawks 1. Thanks for catching high school baseball